Okay, we're back for a second update on the garden this year, and you can see that it's not doing bad at all. Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to the channel Flash 001 USA. Today's Monday. It's May 23rd, the year 2022, and it's right around 4 p.m. in the afternoon. I just wanted to let you guys get an update and see what we got going on here, and I'm pretty happy with this so far. So what we'll do is I'm going to walk around this and let you guys get a look at what we got going on. Okay, starting with the tomato plants, or what some people like to call mainers. Man, these things have taken off. Now, I think the first video I made this year when I was setting up the beds to do all this with was, if I'm not mistaken, the 8th of April of this year, and you can see right now these things, man, they've taken off like a wildfire. They're already starting to top the baskets here. And we're still just in the month of May. Not only that, but they're already loaded up full of fruits. I want to see if I can zoom in and spot one of these little tomatoes for you. Yeah, they're just totally loaded up, and I couldn't be happier with this. I didn't start these from seeds. I did get them from a plant nursery, but they were only like about 6 inches tall when I got them. Now, for those of you that had seen the prior video, you know that I was using the straw bale material to go ahead and supplement the soil with. By the time I had gotten to these, along with the bell pepper plant, I didn't have enough to go around. So what I did, I went out to the woods and I gathered up leaves that had fallen off from the trees the year before, last year. And I used that along with lawn clippings that I mulched and mixed in to supplement the soil. And boy, did it pay off. I couldn't be happier with just how well this is doing. All right, looking at the bell pepper plant, it's also doing good. And it's also being grown on the same mixture that I did for the tomato plants. I don't know about most people, but normally my peppers never take off until the weather starts getting really good and hot, like somewhere around June or July or something. But these, everything so far has kicked great, and I can't complain about that. And like the tomatoes, this guy here is also loaded up with a bunch of baby bell peppers. And yes, we will be putting them to good use with our meals. Now, just like last year, we put out bush green beans again this year, and these things are taking off. I did start these from seed, and I actually used the school bus as a greenhouse to start everything up with. These things are less than a month old, and they're taking off and they're doing good. Hopefully we'll see enough off of this. Not only will we be eating on a lot of it as the season progresses, but we'll be canning a lot of it too. Here's the cucumbers, and they're doing really good. They're just now starting to crawl up onto the trellis, and already they're slam loaded full of flowers and a whole bunch of baby cucumbers. And when I get to the opposite side of the fence, I'm going to zoom in and let you guys see what's going on that you can't see on this side here. These are canning cucumbers, but we'll also be using them for salads. And I can only imagine what this is going to do since it's doing this already at the beginning of the growing season. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite things to grow every year, so welcome to my miniaturized cantaloupe patch. This too, just like everything else, is taken off, and it's slammed full of blooms on the opposite side, which we will take a look at momentarily. But there are a lot of baby cantaloupe that are under the foliage that you can't see here. This is done really well. Now, for those of you that seen the first video that I made on the 8th of April, I was mentioning try my hand at growing this up on the trellis. So far, everything is crawling up just fine, but I got an idea that I think I'm going to try my hand at, and I'm going to go and lower this trellis about halfway down. And I think I'm going to build a flat platform to allow the vines to run across it. This will still accomplish what I'm wanting to do, which is to keep the fruits off the ground and away from the bugs, especially as it starts to ripen. So just wanted to let you guys see how this is doing. And if it's anything like it was last year, not only will I have plenty to eat, but a bunch of my neighbors, they'll be getting some cantaloupe too. Do a quick zoom in so you can see all the blooms on these things here. Yeah, they're loaded. All around the bottom down here below the trellis is where all the baby cantaloupe are, so hopefully this thing will just keep doing what it's doing. Now this year we decided to try our hands at growing some regular bacon potatoes, only because we had a sack of potatoes that was next to the fridge, and yeah, you guessed it, they took off and the eyes sprouted, and we did not want to let them go to waste. If these do good, they'll be ready at the end of the growing season, but that's just fine. That's more food for the table. I had mentioned earlier when we were looking at the cucumbers that they were slam loaded full of flowers and fruits, and I'm going to try to let you guys get a look at some of this. So I'm going to gently zoom in. I mean, it's like this all the way through them. And these things hadn't even crawled up the trellis yet. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we wind up with boatloads of these things. Suit me fine. Okay, we're going to round this video off by taking a quick look at both the corn and the okra. And I did start all of this stuff off in peat moss cups, and then I transplanted it out to here to these beds. But yeah, this stuff is taken off quite well, and it's almost 1.5 feet tall. This is the okra right here. Now it's doing good. Normally I don't see this stuff take off running until the really hot season gets here, like around July or August, but so far they're filling up full of leaves, and it looks like they're going to run early. That's great if it does. Well guys, this is it for the garden right now, and I'll bring you guys back in as this progresses and fills in more. I'm probably going to get out here and make a video on the electric fence I set up out here, because I think maybe this would be useful to some people. I'm not going to cover it now, but we're going to get out here and cover this, because this year I've had nothing but rabbits getting close to this garden. They come out here, they've got their little table napkins on their necks, and they've got a fork and a knife in their hands, and they're licking their chops. So I had no choice but to protect the garden. So this is the way I did it with an electric fence. This isn't the first year I've put one up, but I knew this year I definitely had to do that. Okay, the electric fence topic will be for a future video. However, I do have a short clip coming up that I really consider to be important. I hope you take a moment and listen to it. And with that said, we're going to move on to the short clip. We're back, and thank you for joining me on this short clip. This is why I ask you here. I already know that some of you out there are already aware that I run alternate video channels outside of YouTube. One would be on Rumble, and the other one would be on BitChute. They both have the same channel name as this channel here, which would be Flash 001 USA. This is what I'm going to be doing. This is what I'm already in the process of doing. I'm going to be using the Rumble channel as my technical channel or how-to channel. So I'll be copying all of the gasifier videos over to that channel, along with any electronic stuff that I'm working on. Now the BitChute channel is a whole different thing. It's a place where I can go speak my mind without Big Brother breathing down my neck like they do here. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a small compilation of videos that I've already got over there on BitChute. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to make a very short clip for YouTube, and I'm going to announce that I've got these videos set up, and I'm going to give you the links to them. I hope that you take the time to go watch these videos. I think you will find the information to be hardcore, but to be truthful. Because what's going on now is not a coincidence, and I'm going to leave it at that. I would like to hear some comments back from you, not only on the garden, but on the alternate channels. As far as the BitChute channel goes, I would invite you and encourage you to go there and set up an account so that you can comment there. Not only on my stuff, but other people's stuff. The same thing with the Rumble channel. Okay, with that said, thank you for joining me here, and you guys have a blessed one. 10-4 over and out. We're signing off.